Oh, I don't know if you just picked up the sound, but that was some more ammunition shelling. Not fun. That's the only worry that I have. Oh, that's loud. They're getting louder and louder, bigger and bigger. That's the main house, and we'll have the direct lake view. We cleared it off. That's the entrance. We have a little ranch entrance, as you can see the gate. This is for my kiddos I already made. So total 1.5 acres. And this is the shop from the outside. All right, so there's another big barn that we have all the dry wood in there. This is the restored shop that I was just inside, and that will be our main house that we're going to demo down. We are going to keep these 100-year-old logs on this side because they're intact, but everything else has to go. That white stuff is already brand new foundation. We literally lifted the entire house, poured new concrete. From over here, you're going to have a beautiful glass dining area. We're going to be able to see the lake. Oh, and we have our own well. Really nice clean water. We tested it. This is why this property spoke to me, because I'm obsessed with these buildings. Just so much character. And as you can see, the guys are working over there. That's going to be the garage and the chicken kind of barn for chickens and for goats maybe. And by the way, this lake is not motorized, so you can't put motorized vehicle like boats in there. There's a playground. Absolutely stunning. And this is 30 minutes to Capitol and about 7-8 minutes to the beach. Now I'm inside the workshop that we finished as basically the first building that we finished in terms of there's a roof above, there's windows are closed. So away from the elements so that we can keep our tools in one place and gardening stuff, which I'm gonna put against the wall right now. This entirely was just, the roof had collapsed. This was all wet. There was hay and there was crap. I think it took like 4 dumpsters just to remove everything out of here. We had to obviously pour the top layer with cement just to get it structure, and then a brand new roof above. Process. Guys worked really well. We all did it together. It was like 6 people involved. Every time I come here, I do a little bit of something. Today I'm just gonna put all my tools, all my gardening stuff on the wall so it's easy access. Good news, I got all that nicely organized. Bad news is I just messed up the guys' work because they had cemented these lines so that they can pull the concrete, and I bent one. Those are all the reclaimed glass we reclaimed from the main house, and we repurposed it into this glass wall. I really love it. So much light comes in. We put a door in here. You might ask, what is that? Like in the middle of it? That's actually the cellar. There's a cellar where you can store a bunch of, vegetables. But on top here, I'm going to have a little stairway here, and this will be like maybe a little office, a little chair, kind of like a man cave to chill, to relax. And maybe we'll do a little second floor here. I don't know. Cool. Anyways, so yeah, we just put the brand new windows in, and just look at the thickness of this. This is, I don't know, 2 feet at least. That's how they build buildings back then, 2 feet thick. That's why it's still standing here after 100 years. Matter of fact, it's exactly 100-year anniversary for this property this year around, and I'm so proud to be a part of this and to continue this. There's been 8 generations in this century here. I am number 8, and I'm happy to bring it back to life as much as I can. This place was really let down and run down by the previous people, and I can easily just judge, oh, you guys didn't do anything, but they did the best they could. At least it's here in some one piece it is. So I'm thankful for them to keeping it alive, even to the point where we can restore it. But just again, fingers crossed, those shellings don't become real shellings. It is freezing outside, but we are going to at least not worry about the big cement truck getting stuck on the road. As you can see, it's all frozen. This guy really knows how to drive. Very tight corner this guy has to make it through. But one of my guys knows him, and he said that it's the one of the best of their drivers. So we'll see. Every time they say that. Whenever you have this arrive at your property, you know it ain't gonna be a gardening invoice. But it's gonna make the biggest change, as always, all the time. Every time we pour in here something, it starts. There's a foundation we poured that. Now we're gonna pour a floor. Hey, labas rytas. Rytas. So this here is another wall that we're gonna fill with concrete, so it looks good and nice. Okay, so layers of gravel, all leveled. We got foam underneath, then rebar, and tomorrow concrete's coming in. Guys are working on the beams. Roof's about to be ready. Tomorrow we're doing celebration of our last beam, which means big bottle of whiskey.
Oh, perfect.
And then we got this house, main house, still being prepared, new foundation.
Labi, ne?
I love the fact that these guys are still smoking while they're doing this. Yeah, I lay there. That thing weighs like 50 pounds. He just lifts at it like it's nothing. So what happened is too much pressure. Since it's cold outside, the cement is very thick. Therefore, it got stuck because we have quite a bit of turns. What? This is that entire wall has to be filled. Everybody's doing great. Mind you, this entire shop was completely just these ruins left. And we have now already put a roof on it. We're gonna have, this is gonna be my shop right here. So as the guys are pouring cement, we just realized we might have ordered the wrong amount of cement. Too little. Too much is not a problem, too little it is. So we have poured this thing in, this little slab right here, and it took a lot of cement. So we are now hoping that we are not gonna run low, but we'll see. See, but there's a big hump, so we're gonna use buckets to fill in the rest of this. Copies. This guy's the best. From now on, we're only gonna order him because the previous guy was. Right. Now that the mayhem is over, everyone's out, it's done and finished. And with concrete, it's always, you don't know how it's gonna go until it's all done and finished. But this came out really nice. By the way, there's my apples from my yard. We have thousands and thousands of apples here. All right, so this is the second phase. This was the first. And that's our second phase. This is where all the gardening stuff is gonna go, like the mowing tractor and whatnot. And this is where the workshop is gonna be for my, table saws and miter saws and all that. And then this part is gonna be a little bit for welding in the corner. Might put a little stove here. And there's gonna be stairs here going up. And where I'm standing is going to be the office slash bench press. So this will officially be a pretty badass man cave. I'm very excited to see this coming along. This will be the garage, half of it, and the other half is going to be a chicken coop and whatnot so that they can all run over there.
Deputātiem ar lūgumu rast papildu finansējumu mācību līdzekļu iegādei. Šim nolūkam šogad tika atvēlēti aptuveni 9.
That's the second entrance. All right, so what are we doing here? So as you can see, this old foundation, basically walls. This is an old barn. It's 100 years old. Literally, I don't even know how these are still in piece, but they're holding up together fine for now. We had to open this up here for a garage door. But what the guys are doing right now, he's placing rebar on top, and we're gonna have a big cement truck come in, and we're gonna pour all this with concrete all around. As you can see, the perimeter. We're still building, and once the concrete is poured, about 9 inches, 10 inches in places, even 12, then what's going to happen is going to basically tighten this entire perimeter together. And avoid it collapsing. As you can see, in some spots it collapses. We gotta rebuild it all. This is not cheap at all, by no means. Definitely much cheaper just to put 2x4s up and but the character looks a lot better. I mean, look at that. Brand new windows in, brand new roof. That's what this is gonna look like once it's all finished. And then we're gonna do the main house soon. We're waiting on the architect for the project, to everything, to like the blueprints. We already have the foundation in. That is the lake. Quite nice. And we have our local tennis courts over there as well. Quite a beautiful place, I must say. And reminder, got this place for $20,000. Eastern Europe for you. But you do occasionally hear artillery shots because there's a military base about 20 miles away from here. And as we all know, we're still in a few years with Russian and American conflict. So once that passes, it'll be great. And as we were digging everything around the property, we found a bunch of bunch of old axes and tools and all the inside concrete pour work has been finished today. So right now we are just cleaning up some of the mess. That is our main house that we're going to start demoing soon and building new.